You're a constitutional attorney, which is why I wanted to ask you about it in addition to your current role. The long and the short of it is you've got this judge who Biden got on the bench in the waning days of his administration. He'd already lost. It was December 4th. And they got this guy confirmed, Brian Murphy. The Democrats they filed a case in his forum to say the Trump administration should not be allowed to deport illegals to any country that they don't hail from. So this judge said, you're right. They can't do it. They can't do it without all sorts of due process being afforded to the already mandated deported illegals. It's not a question about whether they can be deported. It's a question about to where. So he said they can't do it, and I'm going to stay them from doing it, issuing an order staying them from doing it. Then the Trump administration subsequently deported 8 men. He interfered and said, I said you can't do that. They said, all right, we're holding them in Djibouti before we actually get them to South Sudan, the ultimate destination. And he said, well, now you violated my order. So the Trump administration takes the appeal up to the First Circuit. They say, we side with him. We're going to leave the stay on your ability to do that in place. You're screwed, Trump administration. Trump administration takes it up to SCOTUS and says, this is crazy. You can't stop us from deporting people. SCOTUS agrees with Trump. SCOTUS says the stay is lifted. The case can play out on the merits, but while it does, they're free to deport these people to the third party. And then Judge Murphy comes back in and says, nope, I disagree. You cannot resume the deportations. And he says, because technically the DOJ didn't appeal my second order saying they had violated my now illegal stay. This is really dangerously unconstitutional. What are your thoughts?
Of course. I mean, look, Murphy and Boasberg are like the poster children for activist judges. This is exactly what the framers of the Constitution wanted to prevent. This is a violation of separation of powers. I mean, they're sort of trying to override the duly elected president, popularly elected president by the people. And it's completely out of control. These guys are really out of control. And the numbers are as well, it shows. In the last 100 years, Megyn, 67% of the national injunctions issued against a particular president have been issued against one president. His name's Donald Trump. And of those 67 injunctions, 90% of them were issued by the same small handful of activists where you pointed out people are venue shopping and trying to get into their courts because they know they'll do politics from the bench. And those are like obviously known Democrat operatives. So it's a crisis. We have passed legislation in the House called the No Rogue Rulings Act, which would rein in the ability of single individual activist judges from stopping an administration's policies. That's the right result, and that's sitting over in the Senate right now. But we've got to get control of this situation. I call upon, of course, also Chief Justice Roberts, because he does have some authority within the court system under Article 3 to rein in some of this nonsense. And if they don't, then Congress will take action.